know you need a thermal camera. You know you have a maximum budget of £500. But what you don't know is which Hikmicro thermal camera is best for you. By now, we all know the value of thermal imaging. You know, and I know, that thermal cameras make finding electrical, mechanical, or structural faults, to name a few, quicker and easier. But what's harder to know is which budget-friendly thermal camera is going to deliver value for your money. Thankfully, Andy Green, Hikmicro's Business Development Manager for the UK and Ireland, is here to take us through Hikmicro's best thermal cameras under £500. Welcome, Andy.
Thanks, Jess. Thanks for having me back.
You're very welcome. So which Hikmicro thermal cameras are we talking about today?
Mini Series, ECO B Series, and the new MiniX that we just brought out, and PocketE series.
And they're all £500 or less, or thereabouts?
Well, they start at around £179, and the most expensive is just short of £500.
Okay, so let's talk about them individually. Let's start with the Mini Series.
Yep.
Please, could you tell us about the features and functions available on those cameras, please?
Okay, well, we'll start with the Mini V2. So basically, this camera now will fit iOS and Android. Comes with these really smart little adapters as well for lightning, etc. Also, an extension lead. Once you've downloaded the free app, the Hikmicro Viewer, it allows you to use the camera instantly. And when I say instantly, you just literally plug the camera in and away you go. So, and it really does give the engineer or electrician, plumber, HVAC engineer, etc., a great tool at a real low budget of under £200 to start with.
So could you talk to us a bit about the resolutions of these cameras and maybe some of their imaging functions?
So yeah, it starts with the resolution on the Mini V2 and the Mini V2 Plus starts at 256,192, which is around 49,000 pixel. So it's not just a basic camera, it's a really high-end bit of kit that we've produced there. But I suppose the magic starts to come when you start using it with Hikmicro Viewer software, and it enables you to do a quite simplistic report, where if you're on the shop floor or you're in someone's distribution board or you're looking at underfloor heating, you're able to verify your work sometimes as well, which is a great advantage, especially for underfloor. So if you've just spent all that time putting underfloor matting down and it works, and for some reason after someone's tiled it all and it doesn't work, your work is verified with that video or them images and the report that you've done, and more importantly, the temperature you've actually set that at as well. There's so many reasons why you would want to see the temperature of your particular floor, pipework, etc., radiators. We could go on with these products because it really does deliver great results.
And what is the difference between the two models, please?
The two models, the same resolution, but as you can see, the Mini 2 V2 Plus on this particular one has got a manual focus. Yep. So now we're getting more of an angle and we're getting more closer to the object that we're looking for. But also these can be plugged into your iPad, etc., not just your mobile phone. So
bearing all that in mind, which applications or what sort of applications are each of the models suited to?
It's vast.
Okay.
So some automotive. So if you're looking at an engine compartment, or you're looking at underfloor heating, HVAC, or you've just flushed a radiator out, you can show the customer exactly why you've justified to what you're charging that customer as well. But you're also, as I said before, you're verifying the work you've carried out. And of course, that producing that nice report that you can instantly send to your customer.
And is that via email? You can instantly send it?
You can send it by email, WhatsApp, etc., anything you want.
If you had just 60 seconds to explain why the Hikmicro Mini thermal cameras are some of the best thermal cameras for under £500, what would you say?
For a start, they're so well under £500. It's which is a main advantage for us as well and the customer. It takes the customer into thermography, thermal imaging, for the first time. And that's really what we're looking for as well, is to enhance an experience for a customer, and hopefully, as they develop with the product, is to start looking at cameras in other ways as well. But they just might want a simple tool that they can put in their top pocket, or they just want to take a quick check of something, and they don't really want to be spending all that money, £1,000, etc., on a camera.
Click the link in the box above to download the Hikmicro Mini Series brochure. Otherwise, please keep watching to uncover why the Hikmicro Eco and PocketE thermal cameras are more expensive and how they compare to the Mini Series. So we were talking about the Mini Series, and I hear there's a new one coming out that's also under £500. Could you tell us a bit about that?
So it's the MiniX 25 hertz 252 by 192 resolution. Attaches to your mobile phone or your tablet, etc. Has a series of devices that you clip on. So that will just fit on your tablet or your mobile phone, or you can use it remotely as well. So this is a magnetic bracket that we put on. It's got tripod mounted as well. So this is used in conjunction, with your mobile phone app. So, and the app really does give us a lot to play with now. So we can remotely use this now in a fixed situation or a moving situation. Because again, being 25 hertz video or just taking a standard image, that gives us a lot of data as well to look at. So not only can we use it with Hikmicro Viewer, we can use it with Hikmicro Analyzer as well in your PC. So a lot of camera for under £300.
This has got a 0.3 megapixel digital camera on as well, hasn't it?
It certainly has, yes.
And that expands its imaging capability. So could you take us through some of the functions that it offers?
Yeah, so really the camera comes into its own when used with the app. So video, still picture. So you can also change all the settings as well. So you've got your hot tracers. You can also draw lines across an object to monitor temperature change across, say, for example, a blade or on a cutting machine, or you wanted to look at something in more detail to see what temperature there is in real time as well. So again, if you wanted to pick out a particular spot where you've got in some of the images, this has got one tap span as well. Yeah. So you can actually tap onto the image and dig down into it. So that'll just take all the noise around and just look at what you want to see. So the features are great. Again, with super IR resolution as well. This takes the camera up to a whole new clarity, really. It's handy, great, comes really well packaged as well. You also have a handy charging point as well.
And is this suitable for iOS and Android?
It is, yes. So it's a Wi-Fi camera, works off your hotspot as well. So again, when access to taking images on site, it's really adaptable as well. So
is it suitable for the same sort of things as the other minis? So HVAC, plumbing, electrical?
And a lot more really as well. So obviously we started selling this camera a short time ago. One of the uptakes on this has been a few of the solar companies. They've taken a look at this as well. So I can see great things to this camera. It's a great way of taking images. It is a standalone camera as well, but also it gives you that function when you want to attach it to your tablet or mobile phone. Yeah. You've got that as well. So
right. So if you had just 60 seconds to sell me this camera, which benefits would you point to?
Let's start with affordability. Got a manual focus lens. It's got a zoom lens as well, so you can zoom in and out. We've got that 25 hertz capability. So when we are videoing a machine or anything we want to be looking at, it will give us clearer images. And overall, it's one size fits all really for industry. So whether you're a plumber, HVAC, any of those type of construction workers out there, this is a great tool to have.
Okay, so moving on from the Mini Series, please could you tell us about the Hikmicro ECO Series, what it offers that the Mini Series doesn't?
The standout features of the Eco and Eco V is that this is more of a toolbox tool. So something that's you're gonna put in your toolbox, use it when you need to. Where the Mini, you would tend to use it with your mobile phone. These are quite rugged pieces of kit now, the Eco and Eco V. So really, it's about what they do as well. So, for example, you've got tripod mounted.
Yep.
You've got your wrist strap with them as well. So they are particularly that type of tool where you would put it in the toolbox.
And could you maybe talk us through some of the features that they offer that the Mini doesn't? So, for example, they have a built-in memory.
Yeah, they've got a built-in memory, so 30,000 images on these. Of course, they come with Super IR as well, which the Mini does as well. So they also have radiometric as well, which is a great feature on these cameras as well. The menu table that you've got with these cameras as well for quick use is really good as well. So bearing in mind, one touch and you're into the menu. You can scroll up and down and choose what settings you want. They've got colour alarms on them as well. They've also got what we call spotters. So these cameras will spot the hottest, coldest and the centre point. And also they've both got infrared pointers on as well. So you'll know exactly where that centre point is on that particular camera.
So you can take precise temperature measurements.
Absolutely, yeah.
So you mentioned a couple of things there that would like just a little bit of clarity on. So Super IR, could you explain that, please?
Yep. Super IR is an algorithm that's in the software, so it enhances the image quality up to 4 times what it is. So they're a 96 by 96 detector, 9,000 pixels, up to, with Super IR, gives you 57,000 pixels. And a little bit extra.
The other things were radiometric imaging. Could you explain what that is and the advantages of it, please?
So radiometric, once you've used it with the software, enables you to, on your image that you've taken, is to take your mouse on your PC around that image, and wherever you do, that's telling you the exact temperature of that pixel. So if we've got 9,000 pixels, we've got 9,000 individual temperature readings.
And the final thing is the emissivity table.
Emissivity is what the material emits temperature-wise. Some materials emit temperature better, some don't. Mirrors, glass, they're not our friend in thermography. But in most cases, if you're working with a particular material and you want to dig deeper into that temperature, then you can change that emissivity setting using the table. For example, concrete, paint, etc., brick.
So you can make sure you get accurate imaging every time.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So what is the difference between the Eco and the Eco V?
So the Eco is a real standalone thermal camera. It just gives a thermal image, by where the Eco V gives you a fusion, optical, and also full thermal. So the fusion is an overlay of thermal and the optical. So when you want to read some text on a motor or a board, etc., that allows you to do it quite quickly. Go into the settings, change it from thermal to fusion, and that will give you that. And you also set the parameters of the distance you are away, so it aligns up as well.
Considering everything that you've said, what kind of applications would you recommend these cameras for?
From an electrician to a plumber to HVAC engineer, to someone in a garage that's working on a motor, or they're working on they want to see if their front seats or heated seats are working correctly. So we can go on, bearings on machines, etc. If you're looking at a motor, or you want to monitor something safely, put your infrared pointer on it, see what temperature you're getting in as well from that.
So some of those applications are quite similar to the ones you mentioned for the Mini series. So could you please explain when you would advise someone purchase an Eco and when you would advise someone purchase a Mini thermal camera?
The Mini, if they just wanted a quick reference and they don't want to use the app as well, with Hikmicro Viewer app, and they want to do a little bit of a report, that's when I'd really start to recommend it. It's good in harsh environments, but the Eco is a tool that if you've got greasy hands or whatever, you don't really want to be using your mobile phone and a really sharp detector. So it really is areas where you're not really wanting to get your mobile phone dirty, but you just want to take that image and send that report across. So that's where I would be recommending it. It's just a quick reference tool as well. But saying that, the Mini 2 V2 Plus is again, so if you're doing a bit of building start work or diagnostics on a building, that's giving you bigger angles as well to work to. It's giving you more focus as well. So there's lots and lots of advantages between both. Look at environments that you're working in. You know, do you really want to drop your phone down in a... That's why these little wrist grips are really good. You know, it's, I always say to people, make sure you got one of those on when you're hovering over something.
If you had 60 seconds to sell a Hikmicro ECO thermal camera, or ECO V, which are the benefits that you would point to?
Ease of use, value for money, without a doubt. Robust. They're such good things to have in the toolbox at any time. Once you've got one, you won't be without one. Your colleagues will want to use it as well. So
that's why you need the wrist strap.
Good thing.
Keep hold of it. If you click the link in the box above now, you can download the Hikmicro ECO Series brochure, or keep watching to find out which added capabilities justify the £200 price gap between Hikmicro's ECO and PocketE thermal cameras. So now we're moving on to the Hikmicro Pocket thermal cameras. So that is the PocketE and the PocketE, which are, depending on which model you sort of go for, £50 to £200 more expensive than the ECO Series. So please could you explain why that is? Which features do the Pockets offer that the ECOs don't?
The PocketE to the PocketE, there's a few subtle differences. Sensitivity, one is 50 millikelvins, the other one's 40 millikelvins, which is better sensitivity if you're looking for a little bit more accuracy. Also, what you get with the PocketE, it enables you to use what we call a macro lens. This is a macro lens, simple device, a little bit of a lens that simply clicks on. Close work on a PC board, so it allows you to go down using it into a type of a microscope for a thermal camera at a fraction of a cost. They're all touchscreen, they're both touchscreen, but the sensitivity and accuracy, you build up a little bit bigger picture with this. It's also got a bit larger screen as well on the PocketE. It comes in a hard case as well. So, and that famous strap I keep telling you about. So again, simple things like the tripod mounting. So when you're videoing with these cameras, it's quite good. But the main difference is macro lens and sensitivity.
Between the PocketE and the PocketE.
Absolutely.
So talking about the PocketE, it offers a lot of the same capabilities as the ECO V, and it's suitable for a lot of the same things, but it's £50 more expensive. Why is it £50 more expensive?
So with the PocketE, what you're getting a small case, clip on, great for around the factory, or you're just going on site, just want your camera ready, flashlight, optical lens, thermal image, touch screen, tripod mounted. So again, this is a video camera as well. Comes with Super R resolution again. So it's a 96 by 96 detector camera, but superimposing with that algorithm in the software gives you that 57,000 pixel. That is probably one of the best cameras that I've had the pleasure of selling for a long time. So it really is a standout product. So we get a lot of customers buying this product when they come to the exhibitions, or, you know, they're going into their dealers, etc. This camera delivers absolute value for money. So
then talking about the PocketE, that's £200 more expensive than the ECO V, although it is still under £500. What kind of applications would you recommend it for?
So on the PocketE, it's very much an engineer's friend out there as well, someone that's working in electronics, someone that's working, that want that little bit more accuracy on temperature readings, but the functionality and, the luxury of having something they could just put in their pocket, top pocket, and walk around the factory. And also that added value of having the macro lens as well is a real great selling point for me. But if your budget doesn't stretch to an extra £200 for that accuracy, then you've always got that option. So there's subtle things, but when you build that into the detector, that's where the cost comes in. The bigger the detector, the more cost, obviously.
So you would say that the PocketE is more accurate, more versatile.
Yeah, it gives you a few more options where sometimes, your fault finding and that plus or minus 0.2 of a degree might not be end all, a be all of what you're looking at, whereby this particular camera gives you that accuracy as well.
Okay, to sum up, in 60 seconds, why are the Hikmicro thermal cameras some of the best thermal cameras for under £500?
For under £500, you get instantly 25 hertz cameras. Both of these cameras are video as well. Also, you're getting the opportunity to use free software on both Hikmicro Viewer and Analyzer. Wide angle views as well. So, you're getting a great optical lens, which is you've got a 10-year warranty on those, a warranty on the actual camera itself, 3 years, 2 years on the internal batteries on these as well. Great IR resolution as well, which is again, what we're buying into, that field of view and also that optical lens that it gives us that better resolution for our money as well.
To access the Hikmicro Pocket 2 thermal camera brochure, click the link in the box above. Alternatively, you can read more about the Hikmicro Pocket 2 and PocketE by clicking the links in the description, where you'll also find an option to purchase. Now, the final models we're going to be talking about are the Hikmicro B Series. So could you tell us what the B Series offers that the other models we talked about so far don't?
As you can see, looking at the features straight away, it's a much larger camera as well.
Yes.
So on these cameras, you're getting a bit
wider,
a wider field of view. Resolution, they're all Super IR, as all our cameras are, and all 25 hertz. So the main factors here, what you're getting is a camera with a bigger screen and a field of view that gives you more. So some customers, for example, the B21L is our starter B series camera. That's giving you great resolution. So on these cameras, Jess, they have the little cover as well for your lens.
Oh, okay.
So there's no lens cap on these. So straight away, you've got your infrared pointer as well. Mm-hmm. But for customers that just want to use this with the app, or they want to use it as a tool for monitoring using Hikmicro Analyzer, they can do that as well. So
these connect to the app?
They do instantly as well. So again, download that, use your hotspot or Wi-Fi, and then you can operate it using your mobile phone. I go on about this tripod mounting feature. That's great when you want to start taking images in sequence as well. So you want to monitor something. So it's a great way to look at stuff as well. And again, when we start going up to the B20S, higher resolution, a little bit larger field of view. But again, this is becoming, the B20S now is becoming quite popular in engineering, believe it or not.
Oh, really?
So we've got a lot of engineers starting to buy this product. But again, the features they like is you can change that. You can pull it across. So you're keeping your lens really clean, because you don't really want to be getting dirt on these. So that's great on the shop floor. It's got a fantastic clear view resolution. And as you can see again, Jess, in the left-hand corner there, we've got the Super IR that's come on.
Oh, yes.
So using the software as well, like with any of these B series cameras, what that gives you as well is when you download the app, you can customize this feature as well. So you can put your own logo in there. So customer can put their name of their business in. So that's a great tool to, you could do that with practically all the Hikmicro viewer cameras as well. So,
can I just clarify? So the B20S has a visual camera as well.
Yes.
Yeah.
So again, quick way to always look, Jess, is that you can see the optical and the thermal as well.
And so they can blend and fuse the...
Absolutely, yeah. So when you take a thermal image to put into your software, you can actually take the thermal and the optical image at the same time. So that gives you a great reference on the Hikmicro viewer, which is obviously the free software for your mobile phone, and analyzer as well for your PC.
Yeah. So I suppose I'm just thinking about the B series compared to the Eco series. It's almost like they build on the capabilities of the Eco series to include reporting functions. Is that fair to say?
Very much so, but also the Eco brings us into the starting of a tool for under £200, where the B series, are taking you from £350 up to just shy of £500.
Yeah.
So a lot of difference in price really as well, but you are getting a lot more for your money in the sense of, the field of view and the resolution. But again, all with your super IR resolution, the quality of image. So if you're doing reporting around a factory or a building or whatever, and you want great reports and great images to show your customers after, and justify why you're doing that role as well, then these cameras really do tick the boxes.
I suppose just thinking about application, in which situation would you recommend a B21L, and in which situation would you recommend a B20S? So
B21L, I would always say, as I always do, watch your budget to the customer.
Okay.
We don't really want to just go in there selling the most expensive camera. Budgets are important. So if an optical image isn't necessary for them as a reference, and they don't need that in their Hikmicro viewer, and they want to save themselves a couple of £100, then that would be a great camera. And the resolution, maybe that's not as important as well. Then none of the features that we're looking at for them. Some customers are quite keen to take a temperature reading as a reference, just so they're monitoring a machine or a distribution board, etc. And also, HVAC and etc. So some features are important to some customers, some features aren't. And the two are very different in that way. So as you like any camera, the more you spend, the more you get.
Yeah.
But really, field of view and the resolution are the key elements, really.
So Andy, could you just clarify what the resolutions are?
So the B21L is 192 by 144, and the B20S is 256 by 192. So 27,000 pixels as opposed to 49,000 pixels. But then, as we always say, you can put in the super IR resolution, and now we're up in that by 4 times. So the image quality becomes even better.
Yeah. So if you had 60 seconds to sell the Hikmicro B series, what benefits would you point to?
Okay, so the benefits are that the value for money, as always, from Hikmicro is there for the customer. The ease of use, again, by the function buttons that we put on. So one touch is all you need on these cameras. The super IR resolution that we put in all our cameras, and the 25 hertz frequency. So obviously for fast imaging, anything that's moving on a machine, etc., these cameras will capture.
So those were Hikmicro's best thermal cameras under £500. Remember, you can read more about all the models mentioned by clicking the links in the description, where you'll also find an option to purchase. Do look out for future Hikmicro videos, or subscribe to this channel, and all future videos will come straight to you, so you'll never miss an important development. All right, thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.